John Chow here from johnchow.com, and welcome to Driving with John Chow. While I was at the Titanium Mastermind in Montego Bay, Jamaica, I met a speaker named was Dr. Don, and during his presentation, he gave a great analogy that I want to share with you about time management. And the analogy is a jar, like a mayonnaise pickle jar, and a jar is an empty jar, and you have on the table a bunch of rocks, big rocks, and a handful of sand. Now the object is to get the jar, get the rocks and the sand inside the jar, and if you put it in such a way, they will all fit. But if you do it wrong, then they spill over. And how you're supposed to get it in is basically you got to put in the big rocks into the jar because they all fit, and then you take the sand and you pour it into the jar, and the sand will fill up all the little crevices that are not taken up by the rocks. And by doing that, you fill up the entire jar. If you do it by putting the sand in first, the sand will fill up almost half the jar, and then you won't be able to get the big rocks in because you just can't. The way it works, there's no crevices for the sand, for the big rocks to go in between the sand. So how is this related to time management? Well, the jar represents your time in a day. The jar, like the 24-hour time, that's your time. Basically, the jar doesn't change in size, it's fixed. Everyone has the same amount, same size jar, 24 hours in a day. And those rocks and the sand, they represent your tasks that you do on a daily basis. The rocks represents the important stuff, the stuff that you know you need to do if you want to succeed. Like such as exercising, relationship, working on your business. Those are the big rocks. Those are the rocks. Those are the stuff that are important. And the grains of sand, they represent the non-important stuff. Such as gossiping, surfing Facebook, reading gossip. The stuff that are just not important, but they do it. We tend to just do it because, we just tend to do it. So, how does this analogy actually work? Well, it's very simple. Your jar is of limited size, 24 hours a day. And it is possible to do all the important stuff and the non-important stuff and make it fit within 24 hours. But if you do it by doing the unimportant stuff first, like putting sand into your jar, then you're going to have no space left for the big rocks. But if you put the big rocks in first, then there's enough space for the sand. So in other words, if you do the more important stuff first, then you have time to fit in the non-important stuff. Unfortunately, most people, what do we do? I do it as well. I do. It's just true. I do it as well. I try. You try to change, but we all fall into this trap. We tend to do the unimportant stuff first. So first thing in the morning, what do? Instead of going out for a jog and run, we sit down and surf Facebook. Yeah, right. And this creates a situation where, because it's just easier. Let's just face it. We are, as humans, we tend to default to easy mode. Right? You go, yeah, we know we need to work out. We know we need to work on our business, but it's just so easy just to sit here and see what everyone's saying about Trump on Facebook. Yeah, and that's just the way it is. But unfortunately, if you do that, then there's no time left for the important stuff. So what is the solution? The solution is really, really simple. If you want to fit everything in, you put the important stuff into the jar first. And that is the whole analogy of that picture of the jar, the rocks, and the sand. If you want to advance, if you want to succeed, if you want to be better, if you want to make more money, you need to do the important stuff first. And then you can do the unimportant stuff. Because doing it that way creates a lot less stress. Because even though you're relaxing, surfing Facebook, whatever, the important stuff is still looming over your head. You realize, I should get started, but you don't, and then that creates stress, and that creates anxiety, and suddenly the stuff you're doing for fun, like surfing Facebook, is not as fun as it could have been if you did the important stuff first, and then you could relax and go, now I can really enjoy myself. All right. So in the morning, what I do in the morning is instead of getting on the computer and surfing Facebook, first thing I do in the morning is, what? I just stay after I drop Sally off. Instead of walking home to go to the computer, I do my morning exercise routine right there, and then I go home. Right? So find situations, or basically get yourself in a habit where keep yourself the big rocks first, then the sand. So put the big rocks in the jar, and then you have all the space left for the sand. If you put the sand in first, you're gonna have no room for the rocks. All right. So hope that helps you guys prioritize your time, because time management is a big thing. No matter how rich we are, no matter how you could be Bill Gates, but he still has 24 hours, just like you, just like me. All right. So it's all in how you prioritize it. Put the big rocks in first, and the sand will follow. All right. Hope that helps you guys. Give me a thumbs up. Welcome your feedback. Subscribe to my channel, and if you find value in this, do like and share. Thank you very much. John Chow at johnchow.com. See you guys on the next episode.